My first strategy was to work cooperatively and coherently within my lane. Every time I hop in the pool, I implement this strategy. From writing a program for my lane, others doing the program, to keeping to the set times and only stopping at the end of the set. In some ways, the strategy is working. Our lane seems to be functioning well, we get through our sessions and work coherently while swimming. However, one person writing the program for a session just isn't working. If that person doesn't turn up, we lose 10 minutes of the program. 10 minutes of our session writing up a program. Also, it means I have little control over my improvement. If the session isn't written up very good, it's a wasted session for me. It also makes it difficult for me to incorporate overload into my sessions, which is one of my other strategies. For instance, if I do my session, I do 5 times 100 on 145, and then the next person does 4 times 100 on 2 minutes, I'm going backwards, and I can't control it. I didn't think about how little control this gave me over my own improvement. I'm putting all of my trust in my lane members to write a good program that keeps me on track to reach my goal. If their goal is different to mine, or they are unorganised, I suffer. I assumed this would be an easy strategy to implement, that all I'd have to do is turn up and swim, maybe write a program now and again. However, in practice it was harder than first thought. Sticking to the program of a peer is a lot more difficult than sticking to that of a teacher. When Mr. Bone was doing the sessions, I would do what I was told, no questions asked. When sessions are written by my peers, I find myself wanting to change the sessions, thinking that I know better. I'm going to change the strategy. I'm going to write a program for the remaining sessions, so if the person writing the program doesn't show up or produces a crap session plan, I can do my session, and if the rest of the lane wants to, they can do it as well. Working my shoulders outside of swimming. I implemented this strategy by going to the gym 2 times a week and working my shoulders. I don't believe this strategy is working. It's leaving my shoulders tired and exhausted, meaning I'm unable to train as hard as I'd like to. I put this down to not getting enough rest. Swimming is pretty physically demanding, so if I'm swimming 3 times a week and doing shoulders twice a week, my body just isn't recovering enough. I didn't think about the negative effects this strategy would have on my swimming, only the positives. In theory, I would get stronger and build muscle endurance. However, in practice, it just leaves me tired and unable to swim big sessions, without proper recovery. I assumed that strengthening my shoulders would help me swim, but swimming is a very isolated activity. What I mean is, it only uses certain parts of the shoulder muscle, meaning that training my deltoids is really just a waste of time. Prior research of the muscles used in swimming may have made the strategy worthwhile. I'm going to discontinue this strategy. I believe it's having a more negative effect on my swimming than it is positive. I believe that being fresh for training is more important than developing the muscle endurance. My next strategy was to incorporate overload. Damn it! I overload by keeping a folder of the sessions I've done. It means when writing my next session, I can look over the sessions I've written previously and make sure I'm not going backwards, I'm moving forwards, always increasing. This isn't working very well. It's well and good incorporating it into the sessions I write for my session outside of school time and the couple I have written for the lane, but all in all it isn't working that great. I put this down to my first strategy. Because we're working together as a lane, we take turns at writing sessions. I have no control over whether they incorporate overload or not. If it's not one of their strategies, then they're unlikely to think about it. I didn't think about other people's strategies. Because I don't write the program every day for the lane, it's impossible for me to control whether I'm incorporating overload or not. I assumed that incorporating overload would be easy, that I'd be able to write the session 4 times 100 on 2 minutes, next one 5 times 100 on 2 minutes, next one 5 times 100 on 150 sort of thing, and just keep it moving forward. But this didn't really turn out to be true. I'm going to continue using overload, but be more liberal with it. If someone's session isn't going to improve my swimming, if it's not going to incorporate overload, then I'll personally add something more onto it, so I keep improving. I have to make certain changes to my program over the next 2 weeks, like adjusting the times I do on my sets to match the times I need to swim to reach my goal. My next strategy was to work an extra session down at the pool. This way's fine, right?
What's that way?
I'm implemented swimming one extra session outside of class every week by swimming one extra session outside of class every week. This strategy is working well. It's a strategy I have complete control over. No one else can stop me from getting to the pool, and no one is going to make me go. Also, I can be down at the pool for as long as I want. I'm not missing a period of school if I'm late, so I can do endurance sessions. I think I can put this strategy going well down to the fact that I'm doing whatever session I want, whenever I want to. It's not like I'm down at the pool because I have to be. I'm actually down there because I want to be. It means I'm not, making excuses or whinging about the program because I'm actually self-motivated. When making this strategy, I was thinking about improvement. I didn't think I'd actually enjoy it. However, it's a lot different being self-motivated, being told what to do. I assumed that having nobody down at the pool to push me or make sure I was training hard would actually hinder my swimming. But it did the exact opposite. It made me realise I was swimming on my own accord, not because I was being forced to, which means that, it's about putting it in. I'm going to change this strategy, even though it's working well. For the next 2 weeks, I don't want to be just swimming one extra training session a week. I want to up that up to 3, to try and improve enough to reach my goal. There'll be a lot of gains made in 2 weeks, and I want to get the most out of them, while still staying fresh. I've decided to add a new strategy. I'm going to get people to video me swimming, so I can visually analyse my technique. With only 2 weeks to go until the assessment, I need to make sure I'm prepared as possible. Being an ex-national level swimmer, what up? I'm able to identify technical flaws. If I can get my technique perfect, especially when fatigued, like after 300 metres, I'll be more chance of achieving my goal. The only way to really improve is to video myself swimming, analyse that video, identify the flaws, and fix them.